Ellas son las chicas de Terremoto, la Falla de San Andrés. Quería cruzármelas. Estoy frente a Emma y también a Blake, quienes son madre e hija en la película. Thank you, girls, for your time. Congrats on the movie.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it. Carla, you made great movies like Sucker Punch, Watchmen, but one like this, I guess, was really challenging. So, what can you tell me about the making, the location, the special effects?
Yes, it was extremely exciting because I've never gotten to do a movie this big or it's so funny because the heart of this movie is so small and intimate and the scope of this movie is so huge, and that's such a rare combination, so it's very exciting. Well, okay, let's go with location. Location, we shot in Australia for the most part, yes, which was amazing. And it felt very, very far away. And kind of like a summer camp where we all got to go and do what we love. So it was very exciting. And I will say this was definitely challenging on a number of levels, but our director, Brad Payton, really did on every level that he could make it more tangible for us. So though we were working a lot with green screen, we had amazing pre-visual things to be able to look at and see what we were, if you're looking at a tennis ball, you can actually see here what the building's gonna look like, which is hugely helpful. And he also gave us actual things to work with, fans and dust and sand and wind and water and all the elements.
In your face.
Exactly, like all the elements. So as challenging as this movie was, and it was in every good way, it was challenging, it was equally exhilarating, and it gave back to you.
Alexandra, and what kind of fears did you experience reading the script and acting the movie?
I think that when you create a movie, when you're part of a movie that is this size, you know that you're going to be taking yourself to a place where you feel extremely emotional and fearful, and I think that, I feel very accomplished when you've reached that place, and that's sort of sadomasochistic in a way, I think. But if you feel terrified and afraid and in pain, I think that that's actually a good thing because you've done your job. But I sort of relish that. I think that's why I'm an actor, and the preparation for this movie was intense. You got to do a lot of physical activity and stunts and things so that you would be prepared for whatever they threw at you when you were on set. And being fearful and thinking of things that make you afraid and putting yourself in the kind of scenarios that I was put in as a character, was all part of sort of the interesting, complex part of being an actor.
We also found a great place for reflexology, which really helped.
In a mall.
What was the funniest moment that you experienced? You have a long scene, a breathtaking scene. So, I don't know, the funniest moment in the set?
There was a great moment where you were on the boat with Dwayne.
Yeah, no, that's what I would say would definitely be my funniest moment. I mean, we were on a gimbal, which is sort of it's moving the boats, exactly, and all these things, and we've got water just being thrown at us and wind, and I am drenched truly like a wet cat. I mean, there's not an ounce of me that's dry.
They were like, cut, let's get some of the hair out of her eyes.
Literally, and I couldn't see, I was doing that, and I look over and Dwayne's like, checking his cell phone then in between the take. I'm like, what happened? We're in the same boat. He's like, oh, I've been dodging the water. Haven't you? I'm like, no, our characters are supposed to be hit by the water. And so I did get one good one in where I moved.
I watched the movie in 4D and I finished.
You were drenched, were you?
All.
You went through what we went through.
Wow.
It's a great experience.
That sounds amazing. We have to go do that, yeah.